Good morning, student. So you very well know the concept of your address descriptor and register descriptor. So now today's topic is, let's say if we have any kind of 3 address code is given. So how we are going to generate how we are going to generate our code using a 3 address code. Okay. So the algorithm for code generation using a 3 address code. Okay. So first thing, let's say we are going to assume that whatever the input we are going to give to our code generator, that is in the form of this, like A is equals to B operator and C. Okay, so here we can consider like B is a operand 1, C is your operand 2. Okay, this is a like a operand 3. Okay, so we have an expression like A is equals to B op C, and you know that this is in the form of your 3 address code. Okay, so how we are going to start with this algorithm? Firstly, we are going to call this get register function. So what this get register function will do, that we'll discuss later also. This get register function will simply going to identify, return the address, return the registers of the memory location. It's simply going to give a detail that you have these many number of the registers for the execution of a given statement. Okay, so that will given by your get register function. Clear? That the get register function will simply going to tell you that these are the set of the registers for the execution of a given statement. Fine. So first we are going to call this get register function. Then the second one is we are going to find it out the location of operands. Okay. So the operands here, this is the operand 1 and operand 2. Okay. So first what we are going to do, we are going to find out the location of this operand 1. Okay. Location of the operand 1. Look how we are going to find out the location of that operand 1. So you have this address descriptor. So what this address descriptor is saying, so where is the location of that variable? Okay, so here is the role of your address descriptor. Address descriptor will tell that where is the exact location of your B operand. Okay, so the next one is if that operand, if the operand 1 is already in the register, so that is well and good. What we require for the execution, if your data is already present in your some register. Okay, so if it is already present in that register, so it is going to do nothing. But if that data is not present in the register, okay, if the operand 1 is not present in that register, in that case first statement is obviously what we are going to do, we are going to put that variable from memory to register. Okay, so which instruction we are going to take? Okay, if we are going to execute B to R, it means the variable B we are going to transfer from memory location to our register variable. Okay, here the register is your R. Fine. So the first is get register function. Second one is we are going to find out the exact location of your this operand, B operand, okay, or operand 1. If it is already present in the register, then we are going to do nothing. If it is not present in the register, in that case what we are going to do, we are simply going to transfer that B operand into our register for execution. Okay, then we are going to execute this move B comma R, or we can write down a move operand 1 to R. Okay, so now after generating this statement, the next one is generate that statement. What is the next statement? We have operator and then we have operand 2. Okay, operator, then operand 2 comma R. Okay, so for this operator you can use a different type of instruction, like if you have A is equals to B plus C. Okay, so here you can write down add C comma R. Okay, so this is again an instruction. Okay, so what type of the instruction we are going to generate? We can simply generate that instruction which is basically responsible for execution of this operator. This is add C comma R, or we can simply write down this thing. Okay, so clear? First we are going to call this get register function, then we are going to find out the location of that variable with the help of address descriptor, then we are going to generate this statement. Then the fourth one is if the value of operand 1 and operand 2 are in the register. Fine. Now that thing is that the operand 1 and operand 2 is here. if they are present in the register, and if they are not going to live in the next block. Live in the next block means if you are not using that thing in your next block. Okay, so then what we are going to do, we can simply modify the register descriptor. What the register descriptor is going to tell, that what content is present in that register. So if you are not in your program later on, if you are not using this B and C, so why we are putting that content into your that register? So what we are going to do, we are going to tell our register descriptor to null that thing. Means register descriptor that tell you that it does not contain the value of B or C. We are simply going to modify the value of RD. Okay, because later on we are not going to use this B and C. But if your variable is live in the next block, okay, so if your variable is going to live in the next block, then we are not going to modify the value of this register descriptor. Okay, so let's take example for this one. It's an important one. Let's say we have a 3 statement: x is equals to a plus b, u is equals to a minus c, v is equals to x plus u. Okay, so how we are going to, these are the 3 address code. So how we are going to generate a code, how we are going to generate assembly code with the help of these 3 address code. Okay, so first it will call your get register function. So get register function will going to find it out. It simply tell you that we are going to use 2 registers, R0 and R1, okay, for these 3 statement. Okay, so how it will going to execute the statement? So the statement 1, x is equals to a plus b. Okay, so first it will going to ask with your address descriptor. Okay, so first it will going to ask your address descriptor about the location of that. This is your operand 1. Okay, so it will going to find out the location of this small a. So what this address descriptor is returning, that all the variables are initially present in your memory. Okay, so now a is present in memory and a is not present in your register allocation. So if we with the help of your algorithm, what we said, if your data is not present in your register, so what we are going to do, we are going to simply put that data into your register. So how we are going to do, we are going to write down, we are going to generate this statement, that is move a comma r0. Okay, so value of this a is going to be transferred into your register. Okay, so after the generation of this statement, again your register the value of your register descriptor and your address descriptors, they are going to modify. Okay, so what this register descriptor is now telling after the execution of this statement, that in R0 register we have which variable? A variable. Initially in your R0 and R1 they are empty, but after generation of this statement, your register descriptor is telling that R0 contain your A variable. Okay, and your address descriptor, what this address descriptor is going to tell, that now A is present in the memory as well as this A is also present in your R0. Okay, so that is your address descriptor. Fine. So after the execution of this statement, now the next one is we are going to solve this thing plus B. Okay, so for the plus B, simply we are going to use this add instruction, add B comma R0. This is your operand 2, add B comma R0. Okay, so after the execution of this one, after the generation of this thing, add B comma R0, again the value of register descriptor and your address descriptor are modifying. So now what your register descriptor is saying, now this computation, this the result of A plus B, which is equals to X, is stored in this which register? R0. Okay, so this R0 contain which variable? X variable. R0 contain X variable, whereas your address descriptor will tell, address descriptor is telling a location of each and every variable. So address descriptor is saying that now A is present in the memory, because now A is not present in your R0 register, because we already modified. First you transfer, then the addition of this B thing. Okay, so now A is this A is in the memory, and X, where is this X is present? X is present in this R0. Whereas when you're going to talk about this B variable, so that B variable is already present in your memory. That is not present in any one of the register. Okay, clear? So after this generation of add B comma R0, your register descriptor is telling that R0 is present in your this X R0 contain your X variable, whereas address descriptor is telling the location of each and every variable. So A is in the memory, B is in the memory, whereas X is present in your R0. Okay. In the same way, we are going to continue for the next one. The next statement, which is U is equals to A minus C, U is equals to A minus C. So now A is present in the memory. So again, what we are going to generate, firstly, we are going to transfer this A into R1 register. So again, you are telling this R1 comma, this R1 contain your A variable. Why we are selecting here R1? Why not we are going to use this R0? Because R0 contain your X variable, and later on we are going to use this X variable. Okay, so that's why we are not modifying the value of R0. And your this get register function already telling you that how many register we require for the execution. 2 registers, R0 and R1. Okay. So after the execution of this one, this register descriptor is telling this thing, that is R1 contain A variable, R1, and this A is present in your R1 as well as in your memory. After that, we are going to execute this minus C. For the minus C, we can use this as subtract C comma R1. Now it will be modifying the value of RD and AD. Okay. So the last statement, V is equals to X plus U. So here the value of X is already present in your register, U is already present in your register. So firstly, it will going to confirm with the help of which one? Address descriptor. So your address descriptor is telling that both the things X and U, they are present in the address descriptor. They are present in your register. There is no need to transfer that thing into a register. So we can directly execute that thing, add R1 comma R0. So after that, we can modify the value of this register descriptor and your address descriptor. Right? Clear? So here we can easily find it out, the use of your register descriptor and your address descriptor. So we can easily convert a 3 address code into your assembly code.